Okay, once again, good morning, everybody. So today is Wednesday, and our subject today is English. So last time, to start with our lesson, last time we studied doesn't and thus, right? So thus and doesn't are verb to do. So in continuation, this morning we're going to study how to use do and thus in a positive statement and a positive question at the same time. Okay, so when we say do, when are we going to use do in a question? For example, use do with the pronouns I, you, we, and they, and with plural nouns. Again, you are going to use do if the pronouns are I, you, we, and they. Okay, so if the pronoun is I, you are going to use do. If the pronoun is they, you are going to use do. Let's take for the example. Do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Since the pronoun is you, you're going to use do. Yes, I do. The pronoun is I, therefore you're going to use the verb to do, which is do. Yes, I do. Another is, do ducks like water? Yes, they do. Okay, why did we use they? Because the verb to do is do, and the noun over here is in plural. So if the noun is in plural, of course, the pronoun is in plural at the same time. Okay, so that's it about do. If the pronouns are I, you, we, and they, you are going to use the verb to do, which is do. Okay? And then how about thus? Use thus with the pronouns he, she, and it, and singular nouns. So if the pronouns are he, she, and it, you are going to use thus. But going back here again, if the pronoun are I, you, we, and they, you are going to use do. Guess the difference? If thus, you're going to use he, she, and it. If do, you're going to use I, you, we, and they. Okay, how about the examples of thus? Does it rain often here? Yes, it does. Okay, it, because you use it in the question. Another, does he speak English? Does he speak English? Okay, the pronoun is he, therefore you used does. Okay? Yes, he does. Does he speak English? Yes, he does. Okay, the pronoun is he, therefore you're going to use the verb to do, which is thus. Okay, let's take some example over here. Okay, first, blank she like chocolate. Blank she like chocolate. The pronoun is she, therefore we're going to use does. So the question is, does she like chocolate? Does she like chocolate? Okay, and another one, blank, I know you. Okay, the pronoun is I, therefore you're going to use do. Blank, you watch Netflix. Blank, you watch Netflix. Okay, the pronoun is you, therefore we're going to use do. Do you watch Netflix? Okay, so the question is, do you watch Netflix? And another one, he have a car. Okay, he, the pronoun is he, therefore we are going to use does. Does he have a car? Does he have a car? And last one, we study English. Okay, we, the pronoun is we, therefore we're going to use do. So the question is, do we study English? Okay, again, does she like chocolate? Do I know you? Do you watch Netflix? Does he have a car? Do we study English? Okay, so look at the difference between does and do. If you're going to use does, the pronoun must be he, she, or it. If you're going to use do, the pronoun must be I, you, and we. Understood? Okay. So moving on. For your activity today, this one you're going to write this one on your notebook. Again, you write these activities on your notebook. You got 3 this day, 3 activities. So the first activity, you are going to write a single conversation using do and thus. Write a single conversation using do and thus. For example, okay, I made an example over here. Do you want chicken for lunch? Yes, I do. So you're going to write a question and then you answer it at the same time. That is for number 1. Okay, you write again a question in number 2 and then answer at the same time using do. And then you go here. Write a single conversation using thus and then answer it. And then proceed to number 2. Write it again. Write another example again. So you got 10 items. 10 single conversations using do and then thus. Okay? And then for activity 2, you just answer the following questions. Answer the following question. In answering the question, you need to base on the question if is it does or do. Like for example, in number 1, does he enjoy listening to music? Does he enjoy listening to music? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Right? Yes, he does, because the question is, does he? Does he? So the answer is yes, he does. And number 2, do you want some bananas? Okay, do. Therefore, you're going to use do. Does he like to eat fish? Do crocodiles lay eggs? Do you like to watch a movie? Okay, so if you use, if the question is does, your answer here must in thus form. If the question is in do, your answer here must be in do. Yes, I do. Because do you want some bananas? The question use the verb to do, which is do. Therefore, you're going to say yes, I do. Okay, so you're going to answer the 5 questions on your notebook. So for activity 1 and activity 2, you are going to write this one on your notebook. Write the question and then answer it on your notebook. And then last activity, this is on your workbook, page 32. You are going to answer 2, 3, and 4. Follow number 1. Number 1 is the example. You choose your answer on the box, inside the box. So the choices here, does she work inside? What's her job? Does she wear a uniform? Okay, so you need to match the question and the answer. Where must be this question supposed to be? Is it here, here, or here? Does she work inside? Okay? So you choose your answer from 1, 2, and 3 and then write it on the blank here. Number 2, 3, and then 4. Read first the answers so you could base it here your question. Understand? Okay, so I repeat. Activity 1, write on your notebook. Write a single conversation using do. 5 examples. Single conversation using thus. 5 examples. This is the example. And then activity 2. Answer the following question on your notebook. Just answer the following questions 1 to 5. Write also the question on your notebook. And then workbook, page 32. Choose your answer inside the box and then write over here. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, I hope everything is clear. So, we're going to summarize first our lesson before we end up. So, today we learned about do and does. So, we are going to use do if the pronoun is I, you, we, and they, and with plural nouns. But in does, use does with the pronouns he, she, and it, and singular nouns. Okay? Do use do if the pronouns is I, you, we, and they. For thus, you are going to use thus if the pronouns are he, she, and it, and singular nouns. That's how are we going to use thus and do. Okay? So that's it for today. See you again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow our subject will be math.